Hi guys, so Monday was a very interesting day in Scotland because the leader of the SNP and the First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, was awaiting the verdict of whether she had breached the ministerial code, and the Hamilton inquiry delivered the verdict that she had not breached the code. Now, it's important to remember that the two main opposition parties in Scotland, Labour and the Conservatives, had been hoping that she would be found guilty and she would have been forced to resign. Now, what's interesting is that the Conservative Party in Scotland are not very clever, because they had actually called for a vote of no confidence in Nicola Sturgeon before she had actually given evidence to the inquiry. Now they're asking for another vote of no confidence on Tuesday, but I don't think this is really a threat to Nicola Sturgeon. So let's hear how she responded to the verdict, and then I'm going to come back with whether this is actually going to have an impact on her and independence.
James Hamilton has concluded that I did not breach the ministerial code in respect of any of the allegations. Section 18 of that report is unequivocal. He says in terms that, having looked at all of I think there's 4 key allegations were made against me in relation to the ministerial code, and he's considered all of the evidence, he's considered all of the material that was put to him, and unequivocally, not on the one hand, on the other hand, but unequivocally, he says that I did not breach the ministerial code. And, you know, I think that is important. And I said I would accept the outcome of Mr Hamilton's inquiry, and I think it is now incumbent on others to accept the outcome of it as well.
The Hamilton report.
So she wants of course, the Labour Party and the Conservatives to accept the result, accept the outcome. Now, is it going to impact her negatively? I don't think so. I think this is actually going to help Nicola Sturgeon. We've seen that when the inquiry began, support for the SNP actually increased. They received something like 10 or 12,000 new subscriptions to the party. So that means that instead of actually being weakened, the party is stronger. And also public opinion was somewhat indifferent to the inquiry, and they were more concerned with her actions as being her actions as First Minister in dealing with the pandemic.
Report concludes that there was no breach. Not on allegations, Nicola Sturgeon failed to declare several meetings with Alex Salmond until much later. And not on allegations she misled Parliament over a meeting with Alex Salmond's former Chief of Staff, where her opponents say she first learned of the allegations. The investigator said he couldn't think of any convincing reason why the First Minister would have deliberately concealed the meeting while revealing every other meeting she had had with Alex Salmond.
So I think this is it going to impact independence? I don't think so. Once again, she will walk away vindicated. She will not be affected by this. The Conservatives and the Labour Party are probably going to suffer the consequences of this. They had truly hoped that she would be, of course, found to have breached the ministerial code. Then the cascading effect of that would be that she would be forced out. The SNP would have to find a new leader. This would create problems within the party, of course, at the worst possible time, because we're very, very close to the elections in May. And this would, of course, impact the SNP's results in May. A struggle for a new leader would distract the party from campaigning, and this would have happened at the worst possible time. Instead, they have a leader who has been vindicated, a leader who is popular with the public, it seems, and support for the SNP is actually growing. And of course, the SNP have said that if they win a majority in the election in May, this would be a referendum on a referendum. So this would push for Scottish independence. This would be a strong push for Scottish independence. So let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee. So why not check it out?